We're going to be talking about the movie Here. I saw it a couple of weeks ago, and in my quick 30-second review, I told you that I loved it, and I don't know if I told you I loved it, but I did love it. I felt warm and fuzzy, a little emotional. I wish that Laura, my wife, was there to watch it with me. It's a good movie to watch with a loved one. Laura and I have been together for over 30 years. We just celebrated our 25th anniversary, so this movie brings you through time and long relationship between Tom Hanks and his wife, and it brings you through when they first buy the house to when they have kids, when the kids grow older, some of them leave home, through the Thanksgivings, the Christmases. I just love seeing Christmas in a movie. Who doesn't love seeing Christmas and Thanksgiving and all those times done in a movie? I do. I love seeing all that stuff. I love seeing it done really well. Visually, it looks great. It's just shot wonderfully. I've always wanted to be a filmmaker, and maybe I will someday. I'm shooting on a Fuji X-T2 with a little microphone, a small light, and I understand how hard it is to make things look good. To get a movie made is just incredible. How you watch the credits, like 200, 300 people are making these movies, and it's just insane how much work is put into it. So I really appreciate every bit of movie making. I'm a musician myself. My specialty is drums and recording drums. People pay me to do drums. I guess a lot of rock and roll guys or musicians always want to be actors and in movies. I am definitely no exception. I love movies. I go to them every week, and I just love it. I don't seem to agree with Rotten Tomatoes all the time, but I definitely go to Rotten Tomatoes to get a feel for what other people think. I just saw a movie that got 98% critics and people that went to see the movie, 98% on each, and I didn't like it at all. I forget what the movie was right now, and then Here, the movie I'm talking about now, it didn't get really great Rotten Tomatoes. The critics didn't really like it, and I don't think the moviegoers really liked it either. I forget exactly what it is, but it didn't shine on Rotten Tomatoes, and I kind of heard some negative stuff about it. Like, one of the things is it's confusing and disjointed. I didn't get that at all. I felt like they went out of the way to make sure you understood what they were doing. Like, they took this shot. Let's say I'm in this house right here, although there's nothing behind me. I just put it black. Maybe I'll put up a picture of a house or something, a room in a house. But imagine a room in a house, and then they kind of block out like a square of that shot and show what it looked like 20 years ago, or like 100 years ago, or like 1,000 years ago, and you can see what it would have looked like in that little box in that time period. And it's so obvious. So I don't see how you could say it's confusing. You'd have to be really fucking stupid not to understand this movie. But maybe I just don't understand where they're coming from. I've heard the film's narrative is a mess. The non-linear structure isn't clever, it's just confusing. It wasn't even that clever, it was really straightforward. I mean, how much more straightforward can you get? Positively, as I said, it was visually stunning, just amazing. Oh yeah, so they go back in time and they're in the present with these characters, and Tom Hanks is one of them, and they got to get Tom Hanks when he's like 25, and they got to get Tom Hanks when he's like 70, and they took video of him in old movies and use computers. And in this movie, you cannot tell, you know how you can tell when they do special effects and like you see a spaceship and you can just tell it's not real? Something in your brain tells you it's not exactly real. Well, in this movie, you never get that. It just looks so real. It looks like Tom Hanks when he was 25. It looks like they get up close with all these characters, and you cannot tell it's special effects. It's just done perfectly. I mean, it's amazing. The performances are really good. Tom Hanks, and I forget the woman actress. I know it's awful. This is my first video. I don't have proper notes, but I'll put her name down below. She was the woman in House of Cards, and she's been around the block. I mean, she's really good. Both really great actors doing a really great job in this movie, and all the other actors are just totally believable. You know how you suspend your disbelief? So the visuals, the acting, the story, everything just suspends your disbelief. You get to get lost in this movie. I loved it. A beautiful exploration of memory. Like your memories, like again, I go back to whenever I see like Christmas lights and trees and families and dinners and decorations outside during Christmas time and the snow, it all triggers those memories that you've had, and it brings you back to those memories. So this movie does all that kind of triggering to the and it explores the memory of the characters and also triggers memories in your own head. It's really kind of nostalgic. Another bad thing that I heard about this movie was that it was overly pretentious. It tries too hard to be artsy. The film is so bogged down by its desire to be profound that it loses sight of basic storytelling elements like coherence and pacing. Again, they're saying that the movie doesn't make sense, and I just don't get it. It just seems so simple. It's like a very simple premise, and they do it really well. Pretentious? I don't know. What movie, what actor, anybody who's good at anything or tries to make something wonderful, I'm sorry, we're all a little bit pretentious. I guess you could say that about any piece of art. It's a little pretentious. Lack of character depth. You don't need any more depth than they gave you in this movie. Come on. There's plenty of depth in the character. You know that what Tom Hanks' character is going through with his work, with his kids, with his wife, with his dreams, with his passions. You get enough. Like, how much can you get into a character's depth in 2 hours? I don't even know if this movie was 2 hours. I think it was about 2 hours. But anyway, I recommended this movie to everybody, especially family that I love. I say grab your loved one, grab your wife, grab your girlfriend, grab your sister, grab your brother, grab your mom, grab your dad, and go see this movie. It's wonderful. I loved it.